my God is right. What a collision that was. And the sound of those two ships meeting each other is exactly what I was thinking of this morning when I heard the latest news coming out of Wall Street. A couple of brokerage firms have issued guidance on their thoughts regarding cruise ship stocks and what you should be doing with them, and it doesn't look good. There's some real shocking news coming out of New York today, and I thought I would bring it to you. Thank you for joining me. It's Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. Appreciate you following me and my videos here. Please consider subscribing to my channel, giving my videos thumbs up. So I hope you like my updates. The update I have for you today is that SunTrust and Macquarie, two brokerage firms, a couple of analysts came out with recommendations to their clients regarding the cruise ship sector. In particular, we're talking about the shares of Carnival, the shares of Royal Caribbean, and the shares of Norwegian. And the analysts basically are not that optimistic regarding the immediate short-term future of the cruise lines, but they also came up with some really interesting news, to say the least. Number one, those of you who follow the cruise business, or if you don't, you should know that the CDC is in charge of telling cruise ships that come into the U.S. waters, if you're going to pick up Americans, paying Americans, you have to adhere to CDC guidelines. And CDC guidelines right now say that there will be no cruising until at least July the 24th. That's another 10 days. However, it's come to light now that the White House has, in effect, turned the CDC into basically a political entity, and it's being controlled by the people inside the executive branch. The executive office wants to avoid anything that could raise COVID case numbers ahead of the November election, say these analysts. They're also saying that the CDC and the executive office are not aggressively pushing for the major cruise lines to resume sailings because they are not American-based corporations. Now, if you follow the cruise game, you'll know that back in January when this virus broke out, there were passengers on board the Diamond Princess cruise ship in Japan that caught the virus from each other because they were cooped up in the ship for a number of weeks. The U.S. administration doesn't want a repeat of that happening in the USA, and so they're telling the CDC, don't even think about extending or offering a sail date. Let's just keep extending it. Now, the cruise lines have got their own no sail date. The Cruise Lines International Association, or CLIA, they are not sailing until at least September the 15th. But other cruise lines have been saying, well, we're probably going to go past that because we can't go to Canada, which means we can't do Alaska. We're not going to be able to go to the Maritimes and into Quebec. So we'll shut that right down. But with the caseloads of the virus exploding in the U.S., it looks now more and more likely that the sail dates will be extended. CDC is not going to allow cruises to sail in and out of U.S. waters for quite some time, and the stock analysts are basically saying that because it takes at least 6 weeks for a cruise line to sort of start up any kind of operations, even if they were given the all clear in January, February of 2021, it wouldn't be until the second quarter of 2021 that cruise lines will start sailing. And with that kind of news becoming known among stock investors, even with the Dow having a good day today, the cruise line shares did not have a good day today. And this might be the beginning of a pattern, because ever since the shares topped out a little while ago, after a big drop, they had a nice little rally, and they've been slumping ever since. And it looks now more likely that the cruise lines are going to continue to drop in price for the foreseeable future, because this is only July. We are talking 5 more months to get to the end of the year, another 4 or 5 months before we even have a cruise, and that is if everything works out. We need a vaccine. I don't see one yet. The talk is always hopeful that there will be one, but the professionals out there are saying vaccines take 2 to 5 years to develop, and so we might be in for a long haul before we see cruising again out of U.S. ports. So those analysts are downgrading the stocks, and I think it's a smart idea. I would not be aggressively buying them here And if you've made a profit lately, I might want to encourage you to take your profit and kind of sit in the sidelines and wait this thing out. We'll keep an eye on it, everybody. Thanks for joining me today on Stock Markets with Bruce, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.